Wonderful session which we have been having for the last 3 days. Today has been the fourth day. I think it has been a very enriching experience for all the participants. I thank our president, Mr. Holla, for taking the initiative. I also thank all the fellow members of PRCI Mangalore, YCC members who has helped us in taking up this session. Last 3 days we had very eminent members talking, and it has been a very interesting session for all the participants. Today again we have another very eminent speaker, Mr. Venugopal SJ. It's my privilege to introduce Mr. Venugopal SJ to this team. Mr. Venugopal has been a freelance behavior training facilitator and a professional people development consultant. He is a successful entrepreneur who runs a horticulture farm and a nursery. He has over 8 years of professional sales and business development work experience in the corporate sector. He has conducted over 100 need-based training programs and workshops to over 5,000 participants from various backgrounds across the country. Has attended certification programs like psychometric assessment and counseling, training design and development from OMI Bangalore. Has participated in basic transactional analysis workshops conducted by Life Labs, certified in mountaineering and water sports. He's been a member of JCI Puttur since 2006 and has attended various premier programs across the country like Nalanda and Able. Has been a faculty member of JCI India workshops like Speechcrafts and ZDWS. Has been an active team member in hosting and organizing NTTS, ABLE, and JCI India NatCon 2016. Through JCI, he stays connected to the local community and and as a trainer, he is driven by passion to influence people, add value to lives, and make a difference in the society. He lives in his wonderful farm at Puttur. He's avid adventure enthusiast and also a nature lover. His interests are in natural farming, sustainable living, adventure sports, travel, and music. I welcome you, sir. So I think I gladly would like to hand over the session to the speaker, Mr. Venu. Venuji, please take over. Over to Venuji.
All right. Thank you, Roshan Bobby, right?
Yeah. Roshan Bobby.
Thank you very much. And also thanks to all participants. Good to see you all. I think I was quite active interacting with you for last 4-5 days in the WhatsApp group, but today I have an opportunity to interact with you. Let me do the rituals first. I want to make sure I'm audible and visible. Thumbs up, please. Okay, thank you. So thanks to PRCI and the whole team, the host, my good friend Raghavendra Holla, and everyone here for getting me on this platform. I was part of the last 3 days. I tried to follow up with what's happening, and it was great to have all the participants being actively engaged by the trainers, with respect to the different topics that was covered regarding public speaking. All of the trainers are my good friends or my mentors, so I know them very well. So I just hope that I keep up with the kind of good work they've done for last 3 days and add further value to the time you are spending here today. Well, as it is always the case, I feel it a little uncomfortable when I speak to the wall. So I would really appreciate if I can, because I put it on my gallery view. I'm not on the speaker highlight or whatever, where I can see myself. So I put on the gallery view. I would really like to see people's faces, because then I know that I'm talking to people. Or else, I don't know about other trainers, but I really have problems. I get lost, in the course of the session. So whoever has got good network and whoever is, in a good position to come on camera, please switch on your camera, and I'll be really glad to see you all. And also at the same time, I would really like to have kind of conversation with you all, considering the topic today, rather than going on a presentation. So even for that matter, I would really appreciate you all coming live. So I can see some of you. I can see Shakuntala ma'am, Vinay, Srinivasa, Shrija, Ananya, Nivedita ma'am, Pratiksha, Shivam, Navang, and that's it. There are the others. Okay, for at least one day, let's all come alive. I was trying to tell everyone the same thing all the 3 days, but yeah, of course, it's,
Good evening, sir.
yeah, I hear someone there.
Good evening, sir.
Who's that? Oh, Shakuntala ma'am. Good. Nice to hear you. Yeah, okay. I see that some people can't have, don't have network, so it's okay. But that's what I'm trying to say. As much as possible, please try to come on screen, because we are going to talk. And maybe we're gonna have some discussions. So I see this is a public speaking workshop, or basically a speaking workshop. So it's all about speaking, end of the day. So if we have any discussions, I would want everyone to participate. So of course, people will talk. A couple of you are, I've been seeing that at least 4 or 5 of you regularly speak here. But what I would request you all is, one person will speak once, so that I'll get everyone to speak, right? So every time, we have some discussion, let's have different people talking for the first time. If there is a second opinion or a third opinion, it can be anyone. But the first opinion or first point or first answer should be a different person every time. Can we all agree to this?
Yes.
Yep.
We'll try, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Sure.
All right, so we have a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we had a fair understanding of it with the kind of questionnaire that we just filled. How many of you have filled the questionnaire, answered the questionnaire? You can use the chat box, raise your hand, whatever it is.
Sir, I have filled the form.
Who's that?
Tenzin, sir.
Yeah, Tenzin, I can't see you.
Sir, I will come on live. I'm trying to catch up with my camera.
Good. I would love to look at you. I see you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have done it. So
Yes, yeah, I have filled.
great, fantastic. So I think I have the database here, and I think 14 of them have helped me. So I think not everyone. Oh, I see some hands here. That's good. I like it. Okay. What about others? You didn't find time? It was just about 5 minutes kind of assignments. So you didn't find time? I should really appreciate who was the first one. Let me appreciate the first person who did. I think Nivedita V is Nivedita ma'am, right?
Yes,
Nivedita
sir.
Lokesh. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's have a round of applause with your hands or with your emoji there for Nivedita ma'am. I think she was the first one to respond. I think the first one. See, always I like those people, because I'm a trainer and I really like physical trainings, and I like interaction and actually doing things or activities and experiencing the training. So the best part of trainings, or what we say in training, be it any training, we say like people who take initiatives, people who make that first move always win in life, move forward faster. People watch Formula One race here. Anyone? Please raise your hand. All those who have raised your hand for the previous question of filling the questionnaire, please put it down. Okay. So you have to go back and lower your hand. Okay. Terin and Nisha. Yeah. You can lower your hand. Okay. So people, okay, now you can go for the chat box because I think, raising and lowering, it's a more exercise. Though exercise is good, especially during pandemic times. But anyway, so let's make it easier. Do you watch Formula One race or have you ever watched Formula One race? If yes or no, chat box, please. Okay, Manoj says yes. Srinivas says yes. Formula One race. Shakuntala says yes. She raises her hand. Is it a question or yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Fantastic. Doctor says yes. Cool. So if you have noticed Formula One race, it's one of the most expensive and most richest races. I mean, most richest sports in the world. There are a lot of legendary stories about it. I mean, we can have stories for every topic on earth that we can discuss in training from Formula race alone. But what I want to tell you here is there is something called grid, right? Where the cars start. And there is also something called pole position. So there is a separate race, previous day of the main race, for us to decide the pole position of the drivers. So there are around 20 drivers and they will all race in a different condition. I mean, terms, condition is same. The track is same, but different terms. So they will compete to get the pole position. That is the starting position. So 1 to 20, there is a grid, where you have to stop one car behind the other car. And everyone competes there to get the pole position. Okay. So what is so much about pole position? Because they are going to drive for 2 hours in a track. And the one who wins end of 2 hours is a winner. So what is, and there is hardly around 2-meter gap between, car 1 to car 2, car 3, car 4, if you have noticed, 2 or 3-meter gap. So why there is so much of competition for the pole position? And if you follow further, you will also know that pole position is everything in Formula One. It's simple. If you watch Formula One races, you'll come to know more than 90% of times, except for accidents or some failures, technical problems, more than 90% of times, the person who starts first in the pole, right, in the grid, out of 20 participants, 20 racers, the person who starts first finishes first, right? So this thing that applies to most of things in our life and in training as well, right? Any task, any activity, any progress you want to make or any improvement you want to make, at the first given opportunity, you have to make the first step. You have to take that opportunity and make that move, right? That is about attitude. That's about mindset. So you have that mindset and attitude. You are prepared for progress. You are prepared for development. You are all here. I will have to congratulate all of you. It's been 1 year. I will tell you, last year when pandemic happened, when the lockdown happened, I was stuck around 2,000 kilometers away from my house for 2 months, all alone, right? That was a crazy lockdown, crazy pandemic. But this year, I'm really glad I'm home and everything is, I have everything in place and it's really comfortable. But at the same time, why I'm telling you this is, last year when the pandemic happened, we were all super excited about these online sessions and webinars and Zoom and Google Meet and all of that. So we were like excited to see what it is all about, right? But 1 year later, this lockdown, we are all fed up and most of you students, I'm sure you have your classes and you don't need to tell me, I can look at your smiles and that itself tells me how do you go about your online sessions, classes. And everyone has, we can have a public speaking competition like how do you go about your online classes, right? That itself can be a good, humorous, entertaining 3-minute talk. And I'm sure every one of you here has got great ideas to actually go through these online sessions. Irrespective of all that, after a year, even, forget about sitting for 1 session, you are sitting for 5 sessions. That itself shows that you are committed for something. You are committed for development and progress. That's fantastic. Congratulations. That itself is the first, sign of you have the right attitude or the mindset. But then the next thing is to take initiatives, to, be the first person to take opportunity whenever it comes to you. That is also another attitude and mindset, the winning mindset. So see, these all exercises or activities or training workshops, apart from teaching you public speaking here in this workshop, it also helps you in developing other things, side by side. And one of that is developing your mindset and attitude. It shows, it reflects in what I said, taking the opportunity. So this is something great about training. So good. Thank you very much. You also help people other than, showing your mindset and attitude and developing them and showing your progressive mindset. You also help people. Now, what happens? I have 14 people who have responded to the questionnaire. And these 14 people have given me an understanding about your whole group, right? You are representing the whole group. And based on that, I'm building up my presentation today, right? So you are actually helping the whole group. So you should be proud that you actually not only shared, took an initiative, right? Or used an opportunity, but also your action actually helps others, right? So that's something that I need to appreciate all of you who have actually taken that small pain to answer those questions. And whoever has answered those questions, was it difficult? Like your exam or something? Inbox, please.
No, sir.
No, sir. Not at all.
No?
No,
Not at
sir.
all. Okay. Great. Fantastic. It was not difficult. So I just wonder why then people. Oh, it is 18. Correction. Sorry. 18. I have an old list. Some people have just answered it. I have an old list. Anyways, that's okay. Let's go to the point now. So thank you very much for helping everyone here. Thank you very much for actually taking that little effort to answer that question and my request. Thank you. I also have to thank Ananya Hegde, one of the participants, and YCC chairperson Mangalore for helping me out with that, with the whole process as well. Thank you very much. So this is how people can help each other and add value. So that's nice. Thank you. I have to now go to the. Okay. So let us try to see the questionnaire before we go to the presentation. Let me just find it for you. Okay, where is this gone? All right, second. Share screen and okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
see something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you see on screen?
Desktop.
Oh, you see the desktop. So where is this thing? Wait 1 second. Where is the thing gone? Just a second. Okay, I think I have to do this. Okay, now do you see the screen? Because I have not. No, you will not see the screen. See it now. Okay, you see the presentation now, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
1 second.
You can see.
Yeah, I'm glad you can see. 1 second. Let me try it now. Now, do you see the answer sheet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's forget about who is written what. I just want to quickly take you through the answers. Okay. Because our discussion is going to be around this. Let's just go through these answers. So I just have some samples. I don't have the updated latest list, whatever. I just need these answers. The first question was, who does the speaker address or his or her speech to, right? So we all have the same answer, audience, yes or no?
Yes.
Sir, definitely yes.
Yes,
Yes.
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 Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
So what do we understand? Now, please understand, what is the purpose of this questionnaire? We are having our topic, do's and don'ts of a speech, right? Today, we are discussing do's and don'ts of a speech, correct?
Yes.
And what I want to tell you is, my job is actually very simple. I have to just summarize whatever is being part of all the 5 days. You know, you have to take a little bit from the day 1, little bit from day 2, little bit from day 3, and a little bit from day 5, and tell you, okay, this I have to summarize the whole 5-day workshop to you, and that is my job. And so my job is made easier with this topic that's been allotted to me. So we are discussing do's and don'ts of a speech. So we are going to discuss what you have to do, what you shouldn't be doing. Okay. Now, first of all, it starts from we give the speech to the audience, correct?
Yes.
We give the speech to the audience. So who is the audience? You are the audience, correct? Now, at this moment, you are the audience, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take it from there. So now these questions were put to you, considering you're all audience. You being audience, you are sharing your opinion. So these opinions are going to be universal because you are not from one particular place, one particular school or college, one particular house and family. You are different. You are from around India. You are from different ages. You are from different backgrounds. You are from different professions, and some are students and some are professionals, right? So this itself is a diverse group of participants. So you are already a diverse group of audience, sample audience, and that's why I'm saying you are the audience. You are giving your opinion as audience. What do you expect from the speaker? Isn't it? So there is no one better than you to tell me what is right and what is not right, what is to do and what not to do for a speaker. Because end of the day, in your answer, you see the solution. When you say that audience, end of the day, is the center of any speech, correct? And now you are the audience, so you are giving us the rules, what to do and what not to do. So first of all, we agree to this point, audience are center of any speech, correct? Let's go forward. So whatever we do, we should get this thing probably out of our mind, if at all we have it, that the speech is about me. The speech is all about the speaker. It's not. It is always about the audience. Whoever is the speaker, your favorite speaker, and you have discussed all of that. Whoever is it, the best speaker, he always gets an identity because he has got audience to admire, to listen to him. So they are the best. They are the center of any speech. So all that you do should be focused on the audience. Perfect. What are you looking for when you listen to a speech? So if you see the answers here, people are talking about knowledge, facts, imagination, interesting facts, knowledge, morals, content, and body language, message, and knowledge. And some people are in the training mode. So they are there in the training mode, in the workshop. So they are more technical. They're saying, I'm looking for introduction, content, and the final message, body, introduction, and conclusion. That's interesting. Do you go to a speech like, okay, now let me listen to the body. Let me listen to the content. Let me listen to the opening. You go to a speech like that. You don't, right? But I think our zone that we are in, the training zone we are in, that's why we have got it, in our answer, like we are looking at introduction, content, and message, all of that, but it's okay. But basically what you are looking at in a speech is facts, ideas, and, motivation and knowledge, information. These are the key things that we look at any speech. So please understand, anybody for that matter, you as a speaker should look into this. What facts am I going to share? What information I'm going to share? How am I going to motivate? What is the kind of concept that I'm going to tell people, right? This is what it matters, end of the day. Let's go to the next question. What is the next question there? from your experience, what makes a speech likable or interesting? Doesn't make a speech likable. So what is your answers? Repeating. When he doesn't know the topic, when he is not confident, he is not relating the subject to our lives. Distorted transitions, lack of confidence, illogical perspectives on a topic, the way of explaining or expressing, lack of narration, not relevant. This is very important. Whoever said this, boosting himself or herself. So this was going back to the audience. Look at this, the audience opinion. If a speaker comes and talks about himself or his achievements, the audience doesn't like it, right? This is what the audience is saying. I'm not saying this. Please understand this. So you have to tell your stories, but don't tell your stories where you yourself are the hero. Audience don't like it, right? You tell the stories in such a way or such stories where you're also a player. You're also an actor, right? You're also a model there, but not the hero. You don't self-praise yourself, end of the story. So that is what the audience is saying. I'm not saying, but this is true. Okay. These are all audience poll. Okay. These are just like audience poll. All right. So the way of explaining, okay, we have done that. No evidence to support the message. Please get that point. And going beyond the topic, low energy, lot of beating around the bush, and speech is not humorous and entertaining. So you look at these points from I will share you this whole file later. You can actually analyze this. This becomes a very good data for you all to prepare your speech and also to consider what to do and what not to do, because this is a beautiful sample of audience, right? So here, people don't like repetition. People don't like when people are beating around the bush. He doesn't know the topic. He doesn't know the facts. When people are not confident on stage, when people start praising themselves, and then you don't like it, there is no evidence to whatever is speak, right? There is no energy, there is no enthusiasm, there is no humor, there is no entertainment, right? Flat, monotone, you don't like it. Got it? This is what you don't like in a speech. Let's move further. Do you like it? Okay. So how does it feel when the guest is late and you're kept waiting? Most of you say, there are nice people here. So some of you say like, okay, 10 minutes is okay. First time is okay. We understand if the genuine concern is okay. You all are nice people, because in India, there's something very nice that we all always been, used to. Swalpa adjust madi, thoda adjust karona. Right? Being a traveler, I've experienced this in nook and corner of this country, in different, be it railway ticket booking, be it in the bus, be it in the trains, be it in the flights, be it in the, security check-ins, everywhere. Swalpa adjust madi, thoda adjust karna. So that is there. So we are so nice and generous. So that's why we say, that's what reflects in our answers there. But mind you, there are people, there are audience who may not be like you. And also, if you see here, not everyone is like that. Most of you, 90% of you at least say that you get irritated, right? Please note this point. We are going to discuss this later. So people don't like it when you're late. Okay, simple as that. Do you like it when people look at you while speaking with you? It is flat. If you see the answers, yes, yes, yes. So look at people's eyes, people's face when you talk to people, right? We'll talk about this later again. Nobody likes when, that's why I don't like this platform, because now I'm sharing the screen, I can't see you all. So I don't know whom I'm talking to. So even as a speaker, I like to see people's faces. And I'm sure so many of you don't like to switch on your camera because you know that whatever it is, I'm not directly looking at you, or you don't feel that connect. Maybe I'm not sure about it, but we all love when people look at your face and talk. So we get that. Now, we move further. We'll just finish this questionnaire and then I come for a discussion. So we move further. What is your opinion about fake news? Again, there are some nice people. We will adjust. This will happen. When there is good, there is also bad. We will adjust. So that's nice. That shows about
Venu,
your...
Venuji,
What happened?
Right side top, you have a view option. In that, you can put 3 options are there.
Uh-huh.
Just click there. Right side top.
Right side top. Right side top of the share screen panel.
No,
Not
sir.
panel. General.
Not that.
Uh-huh.
3 dots and 1.
3 dots, I see. What is there?
View option is there, sir.
View option.
Yeah.
And the
There you have side by side gallery option is there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. So you're talking about that mute and that 3 dots, right?
Yes, in the Zoom.
Ah, okay. This one.
On the
Okay.
that's on the
Show
top.
all speakers, thumbnail video, and the gallery option.
Yes.
Right? You're talking about that. Okay. Great. I can see at least 6 faces.
Yes, exactly.
All right. That's fantastic. But I can't see Raghavendra ji. Okay. Anyways, so yes, that's nice. See, now I feel good to speak because I see happy faces around. So that's actually what motivates. You can remember something from I think Tanuja's, or I don't know if people have mentioned it. You should have some familiar face in the audience. You know,
Angels.
angels. Exactly. You should have angels. So now I have all angels in front of me. So you make me really feel good and comfortable. Thank you very much. So, what is your
Santosh sir told.
yeah, first day?
Yeah.
And Shakuntala ma'am's memory is really good.
Thank
You
you.
also remember from which session it has come. Fantastic. So you also again show that you have paid real attention to the session. Fantastic. I appreciate it.
Thank
Okay, let's go forward. So what's your opinion about fake news? We all say no fake news. We don't like it. In simple words, we don't like it, right? So people don't like anything that is not authentic, right? That's not credible, right? That is not true, right? Simple. Remember this and let's go forward. Okay, and then we go forward to find. Do you watch? This is a very interesting question. Do you watch movies that that are in languages that you don't understand?
Yes.
Yes, people say yes.
With the
So
captions, sir, we can learn
yeah. I'm sure that answer is yours. With caption for answer, I see one answer there. I'm sure that's yours. So we were having people talking about language and all of that. So I just wanted this question for that purpose. Language really doesn't matter. And your answer says, because action speaks louder than words, and sometimes you need subtitles, so you need someone to translate to you. But basically, there are other things that actually make communication effective, right? It's not just the language. That is one message there. But it's also a message here to say that, instantly when you ask, do you like a movie in a language that you know, or movie in a language that you don't know? You would always prefer the language that you know, right? Yes or no? If you had an option to watch a good movie, both are excellent Oscar nominees. Okay, but the one is the language you know, one is the language you don't know. So you would choose the one in the language you know, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Both,
sir.
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 Yes.
Yes.
So
Sir,
yes,
sir,
fantastic.
if the other has the subtitles, I would go for the another two.
So
sir.
we have extreme people. So
Yeah.
that's okay, because people nowadays you have Netflix, right? Nowadays you have Netflix, so you can binge on movies 24/7. So you can't just, I also tried this during last lockdown to watch movies and movies and movies in the language that I know. And I realized after 3 months I didn't have any movies to watch in the language I knew. So then I went to Malayalam, then I went to Tamil, then I went to Telugu, I went to all other languages. So that's possible. But natural preference usually for us is a language that we know. But we also agree to the point that it's not just language, it's other things that actually make communication effective. We get that point. That's what we want to understand from here, right? So we move on to the next question here. What happens when people speak too fast? Everyone says we get distracted, we don't understand, we get lost. Simple? Make sense? Practical? Not complicated, right? So people don't like you when you speak fast. Let's be clear at that. As simple as that. That's what the audience are saying. And what do you do just before taking the exam? Look at your answers. Recall. Okay. This is from a teacher. Recall and browse notes at the last minute. I can understand it's coming from a teacher, but let's look at the other answers. Be calm, relax, pray, take a deep breath, prepare, stop reading through the books, take time to calm my brain, have peaceful approach to my exam, sing songs, breathing exercise, revisiting, pray to God, all of this. And look at that. Listen to some EDM, very high energy music. Look at that. So he wants to listen to some dance music there. So look at this. Look at the answer. People want to relax, pray, listen to music. There are also someone eat good meal. So do something that you really love before going to the exam, right? You remember this? You get this point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes,
We
Yes.
finished the questionnaire. So let us stop the questionnaire here and come back to you. Now let's come to the main point. Do you have anything to share about these questions as an audience, as a speaker? Do you have any questions from anything to talk about from these questions? You can talk. Anyone? And just give me a quick 1 second break. Yeah, so I'm back here. Anyone wants to share anything? Okay, if no, we go back, we go to the main session. All right, so I think I have shared another screen here. I'm still an apprentice when it comes to webinars. I am learner here. So I think trying to get the screen again. Okay, can you see the presentation now?
Yes, sir.
Great.
You can see.
You can see, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Great. Fantastic. Let's go through the presentation. Okay. Well, so we have gone through the questionnaire. We have got the audience poll. We have got you as audience. What is your opinion on different aspects of speech? So we will go on. We are going to connect it to our topic also as we go forward. So let's just and we are again. I'm telling you, we are going to discuss about key things, important things that you should do and you should avoid doing while you deliver a speech. Okay. Let's go forward. All right, who is this?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Okay, good. And you all know that he is ex-president of
USA.
Yes,
US, USA, and one of the most popular presidents, not just for USA alone. I think around the world, people will remember him as very popular in terms of US presidents. President from US, whom we know, he stays as one of the most popular and accepted, presidents and leaders, right?
Yes.
And most importantly, he's a very good speaker. Have you heard any of his speeches? Yes or no? Yes is a thumbs up, please.
Sir, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great, fantastic. This great bigger. Oh no, the biggest. Sorry. Okay. So you have all heard his speech. If you're not, you see, one of the things about, we are going to come to this point later. One of the things about improving your public speaking skill is watching good speakers speak. So that's one of the things. So you can actually watch different types of speakers. You should not watch only one type of speaker if you want to develop your public speaking skills. Because I heard about Maheshwari and I heard about Gopal Das ji and all that. So they're like inspiration and they focus on a particular segment. right? So you like them as a good speaker. So you're going to just look at only their qualities. But if you want to be a speaker, if you want motivation, you can listen to them. But if you want to be a speaker, you have to look at different types of speakers so that you get tips from all. So this guy is a mass speaker who's got a mass appeal, amazing language. His tone is very, very empathetic because he's a politician, right? He's a people's leader. He has to reach out to the masses. So his voice, his tone, his language, and his face and his, the flow of the speech, everything has to match and has to touch people. As a leader, it also has to get, he's not a motivational speaker. What is the action? I'm just connecting, I'm not going into details because these are all discussed in the previous session. End of the day, your speech has to lead to action, right? And end of the day, listening to Obama's speech, it has to lead to action, that is votes, correct? So if he has to influence people, votes has to happen. So that is the result of his speech, and how he approaches that through his speeches, being very empathetic, very lovable voice, his personality itself, and whatever he speaks reflects in his personality, right? Look at him, look at his body language, look at his face, look at his action. It is quite open, right? Free. This is what you see in this image there, right? This is what I want you to take from these images. So this is a speaker who is a public speaker whose purpose is to have a mass appeal across groups. This is what Barack Obama is as a speaker. Do you know him?
Shiv Khera.
Shiv Khera, Tenzin-ji, the professor. Yes. Anyone else? Have you heard about him?
Yes, I can win novel.
You can win.
You can, yes.
Yes. He's an author, he's a speaker, right? Okay, I had this opportunity of sitting in one of his talks. I'll tell you a simple thing. I'll not tell a lot of stories about him. Because we have a lot of talking to do. This man has got public speaking workshops, okay? You can just Google and you will find Shiv Khera speaking course. I think 3 days course or 5 days course. It will cost you around 1 to 3 lakhs. A 3-day course on public speaking will cost you 1 lakh to 3 lakh rupees, depending on which country you're going to take the course. It can go further high if you're taking it from Singapore or anywhere else in the world, because he does workshops around the world. Okay. So imagine someone taking a public speaking workshop for 3 days and you paying 1.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Then imagine the power of public speaking, right? Why would people pay 3 lakh rupees for a course on public speaking? That too for 3 days. If you don't get it in 3 days, 3 lakh rupees gone. Just imagine. Now that is one side of it. Second side of it, I do a 3 lakh rupee worth public speaking course. Who's going to join? Nobody, right? No one would join. They'll say, oh, is he mad? Who is he? Right? Only Shiv Khera can do it. So it is his ability, right? It is his competency. It is his popularity. That is his image that he can charge 3 lakh rupees for a public speaking course. And for him to come for a talk show or a talk for about 2 hours, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, he will charge around 5 to 7 lakh rupees. If you want to invite him to your school, college, or a function, or GCI or PRCI physically, and you want Shiv Khera to come as a keynote speaker, ready to spend 5 to 7 lakh rupees, apart from all his flights and all that, right? So this is about Shiv Khera. Now, I'll not tell much. I just wanted to, with this example, I wanted to tell you just public speaking, just uttering whatever thing from your mouth. You can earn so much. You can earn in lakhs. As simple as that. Just I want to show this is the potential. You can beat him. He's not the limit. You can beat him as well. But this is the potential. So this public speaking as a profession. So I'm showing Shiv Khera for that purpose. Okay. Let's go to him.
Steve Jobs.
Anyone doesn't know this guy? Yes, Shakuntalama, wanted to say something. Muted. Apple computers, I can tongue follow your, lip sync.
Yeah, ma'am, you have to unmute yourself.
No, I got her answer anyways. No problem. So yeah, this is the legend. He's an icon of the century, right? This is a guy who made science as an art, right? Science is always about gadgets and machines and tools and stuff. But through Apple, he made it an art. People have fan following. You have fan following across the globe for one single phone, and they will never leave it, come what may. We have Samsungs and Nokias and Google and everything else. But Apple is totally different. And till date, I'm telling you, no one have been able to catch up with Apple. Everyone is trying to copy. Everyone is telling, isme Apple ka features milta. You get Apple wala features in this phone for cheap. So you are telling two things. You are copying and you are cheap. Right? But you are not Apple. And if there is one person who has become a phenomena and made this company a story of the century, this is one guy. And he was fighting cancer all his life, later part of his life. And he was thrown out of his own company in the beginning.
Yes.
And he's the best in the world in whatever he did. Okay, so here I'm talking about a speaker, and you listen to his speeches. They're so good. Because they're good because of one simple reason. He speaks what he walks his talk, right? He is not a professional speaker who gets paid for preparing and speaking. He's a speaker who speaks about his life. Simple. His life's beliefs, his life action, right? And he just speaks that and he can mesmerize the whole world. You can just listen to any speech of Steve Jobs. I don't think you will not get bored. I don't think you will not get inspired if you listen to him. Please do listen to him. One of the most inspirational characters I've ever seen, right? So these are not motivational speakers. These are motivations by themselves through their lives. So that's what I want to share. Okay, so this character, by his actions, who has made science and art. Okay, so we have all talked about big people. We've been talking about big people last 4-5 days. We are talking about them as well today. So, and we also had people who were telling, sir, we are students and we were like, somebody is coming on the way. Okay. Thanks to making the co-host, I can see people coming in and going out. So, okay. It's a small distraction. So, I heard someone, I think Pratiksha was asking, sir, how can we speak to people beyond our age? Big people. We can speak to people of our age, but how can we speak to big people, right? And that's exactly the reason why I got this girl here. She's Ishita Katyal, if I've got her name right. And she was just 10 years old when she went, she definitely gave a TED talk in India, but she also gave a TED talk in the US, right? And by the age of 10, now the point is, what has she got to give a TED talk within that age of 10? Age of 10 is what? Class 5? Isn't it? Class 5? Yes. So anyone can tell me about Ishita? I think Srija is trying to tell me something. Do you know about Ishita?
Sir, yes, sir. She wrote a book called A Story for the children. So from that, she became so popular, I guess.
Absolutely. She became an author at the age of 9, I think. And an author who sells, not just write and just print. The author who sold across the world, and that book got her around the world. And then she never stopped. And she is one of the most wanted young speakers in the world today. Right? That is the Ishita for you. So what I mean to say is, if you got the stuff, age doesn't matter. What have you got in you? That's the question. If you got stuff, age doesn't matter. So this is why I tried to give you 4 different examples. So there is someone who is speaking because of his career. He's a politician. He wants to influence people. That's why he's speaking. He's a good speaker, right? He has developed as a good speaker. Shiv Khera, his job and his business and his profession is speaking. He makes money out of speaking, right? Steve Jobs, an artist and a scientist together. His accomplishments, simple as that. His personality, he carries his personality and it comes out as words. Simple. He is not a public speaker. Nobody trained him to be a public speaker, right? Ishita, accomplishment, age doesn't matter, right? It gives you confidence. It gives you content. You just need to be, fine-tuned. That's it, to give a good speech, right? Okay, so that's about these 4 characters. Someone can read this for me, please. Pratiksha, I can see you, so I want you to read this for me.
Okay, sir. Instead of asking children what they want to be when they grow up, we should ask them what they want to be now. It's said by Ishita, sir.
Yeah, so that's our famous quote. Okay, and that's more relevant for us for our session as well and our workshop as well, and any development that you want to make in your life. This applies, right? She's not talking about children alone. She's talking about all of us. This quote applies to all of us if we want to learn something. But especially with children, this is her concept, what she says. Most of our parents and most of us are busy thinking and planning about what our children should be in future and then preparing them for that now. She says, don't worry about that. What do you want to do right now? And prepare yourself for that. Develop there, right? For example, I want my child to be a doctor in future life, right? So I'll start telling my child, okay, study science, biology, and get scores and do. But the child right now loves to play sports, loves to play guitar, right? Not science. So if I change my focus from there and help my child to focus on music and sports, automatically the child will pick it up, and also she will perform well, or he will perform well in her studies as well. And she will definitely grow. She'll be fit for medicine or anything else that comes by in her life future, but she'll be definitely excellent in playing the sport or guitar. Because when she is interested, what she is interested, she's pursuing that, or he's pursuing that, right? That's the point. At the same time, for us grown-ups, what message this gives is, it doesn't matter what you want to do tomorrow, or after a year, or later in your life, because we always have, it doesn't stop. In our career, we want to go to the next level. In our job, we want to go to the next level. In our business, we want to go to the next level. In our, studies, we want to reach somewhere else. So that is always there, but the focus is on now and today. So what do you want to do now? Focus on that and give your best shot. That's how you can improve. And public speaking, use these tips. What are you going to do with all these 5 days of workshop? That is the question you will have to answer for yourself. Or else 5 days of workshop and you don't do anything about it, you will come back for the same session if there is a lockdown again. And if PRC gets this session again, and if I'm privileged to meet you. But let's come back to another session on another topic. But I really wish you take this learning from here and practice it, apply it, and develop immediately, not on a future date. Okay, let's go here. Certain do's and don'ts of public speaking. This we are just going to review from the questionnaire, right? Questionnaire was all about getting clarity on this. Let's understand. We have already understood that in public speaking, it's all about audience, right? So know your audience, connect with your audience, have your emotions for the audience, observe your audience, right? So know your audience, know who you are speaking. Or else we had topic like, we had people saying like, if it is unrelated to what, subject is, we get turned off. If we don't understand what is he talking, we get turned off. So know your audience. It is always the audience. It is always the audience, the hero and the center of any speech. So you should love your audience. So what do you do when you love people? Like you love your dad, mom, sister, wife, husband, whatever it is. When you look at them, what do? Open your mic, please.
Pardon,
we
Want to know them more?
pardon, sir, pardon.
Yeah. So you love people, is it? Everyone, each one of us loves someone, right? Parents, sister, brother. What do you do when you look at them?
We
Smile.
basically hello.
Yes, Gurumurthy says, smile, Shivam.
Yeah. Basically, we ask
will
them what do you like. We
Appreciate,
love
sir.
we like appreciate them, and we really we ask them what do you love and what do you like, and yeah.
We try to make them feel special at some point of time.
Yes, sir.
Who's
Sir,
that?
from my side, sir.
It's Drishti.
Diksha, Drishti says you make them feel special. Okay.
Sir, I just want to bring smile on their face, sir.
You want to bring smile on their face. Fantastic.
I'll do what they love. I'll do
You'll do
something
what they love. Fantastic. So you know what to do with your audience. As a speaker, you are there for the audience. We agree to this point. And
Respect the audience.
yeah, respect the audience. So you have to love your audience, first of all. That's what I meant to relate from the question that I asked you. What do you do with the loved ones? You love them, you appreciate them, you respect them, you make them smile, you make them happy, right?
Yeah.
So when you go onto the stage and if you yourself are nervous and scared and worried, how are you going to make them smile and happy and feel loved and appreciated? Is that going to happen?
no, we can't make audience.
Exactly. You can't do that, right? So first of all, you should have it in your mind that you love your audience. When you love someone, are you going to be scared? When you love someone, are you going to be scared?
We are scared
No.
about other
No, don't worry about
No,
other
sir.
questions. We are only talking about audience now.
No, sir. But at the one point, like when you are going to the stage, so but still we have think, oh my God, what if they love it or not?
What will happen?
So
We love
it's
them,
totally a
sir,
different
but
thing.
sir, we love them, but we are scared of their targeted eyes, sir.
Okay, let's come back to here. I'll come back to the big screen now. Let's stop the screen. Okay, so you have problems. Shakuntala says when you look at them, you are scared of the eyes. Okay, and Shivam says sometimes when you get onto the stage, you are worried, right? Will they like you or not? This happens when you first time propose to the girl you like, right? Will she like or not?
You can
We
see
fear
their
to
eyes.
lose them at some
You
point
can
of time.
you can
In the same way,
see,
we fear to lose the audience.
you can
Yes.
see, you can see their eyes and you can make out that if he's interested or not, or if he's talking to some other guy, then it's like it's not good for you. It's like you are not interested. They are not
Absolutely. So
interested.
you
are
have a
not.
lot of distractions. One
Yes.
point. Okay. You have a lot of distractions. Shakuntala says, what if anybody else who's got problem with the audience?
But I guess at some point of time, nowadays people play with emotions and play with their actions.
Okay.
So you cannot totally differentiate between their actions and emotions. Like you cannot judge them with those things.
Great, Drishti. You have brought in a very valid point, playing with emotions. Now the question is, when you have a thing with the boy or girl, will you play with emotions or will you get played? That is the question. Are you the player or the victim? That is the question. So as a speaker, be the player and not the victim. That is the solution. Okay. That's why we were discussing this point. And now Shivam said, we can't say, and they may be talking to another guy and nice. We'll come back to that. And anyone else want to speak about the audience and the boy and girl thing? Because we were talking about people who you love, right? So you are relating to that.
Sir, I don't know. Sometimes when the audience number is very small, it is It is a small group, so I will get scared. So I am not bothering about the mass. So if I can address hundreds of students, sir, but I'm getting very scared when in my teachers, my own colleagues, there is a meeting. So if some principal tell me to deliver some points about something, I will immediately get scared because there are few numbers, all are equals. I don't know what's the problem behind that.
Okay. Okay. First of all, before going further, let me ask you all one question, because we are discussing. This can take a little more time. So, are you ready to sit for 5-10 minutes extra? That's my first question.
Yes,
Today, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. Only then, because or else my time, I have just around 20 minutes. So I have to complete everything in 20 minutes. But if you're okay, I can take some 10 minutes extra, because one of the don'ts is take care of the time. So if I don't take care of the time, then you're going to tell me he came to teach us what to do and what not to do. And he said, you take care of the time, and he didn't have time sense. So I just want to take your permission for that, and I'll go further. I'll take it as a yes and go further. And you can tell me. I'm not going to dig deep into discussions here. We can always get back on this in the group. We have the group, so you can throw your questions. I can come on video and whatever it is, we can solve this. But this session is for you. That's why I want to talk to you. Simple as that. Okay. So Shakuntala said. So this is a typical problem, Shakuntala ma'am. We have this kind of problem. Some people like small groups, some people like big groups. Okay, I'll tell you why. So when you say you have problem with small groups, but you don't have problem with big group, is the how this is like. We have problems with our own people. We have problem in our house, because in our house, people are going to be judgmental about us. And tomorrow also they're going to bring this up. Yesterday you told this, last time you told this. That's why I am afraid to do. In public, no. I will talk, I'll make friends these are typical people you will have in your families and houses.
They don't come forward, sir. I am trying to protect that environment. I am trying to save.
No, Shakuntala ma'am, let me. So that is a different topic altogether. What you just brought it now, it's a different subject. So what will happen? We will go from topic to topic. Let's stick to one topic. Like my comfort with some people and not with the large group. That's different. And you pushing people to get out of their mindset, and that is different. We'll talk about it. That's a totally different subject. How to effectively handle people. That's a different subject. Okay. Now this is something common to all of us. So you would have had friends and people who you feel, or you yourself are like this, who find it difficult in communicating with people, but you are very good with friends and outside. Outside your house, they say that boy or girl is very smart. Inside house, he is like restricted. Within the family, he is very silent. Outside, he is very, very smart, and he can talk to any people and he will pocket anybody. You have seen these people or heard?
Yes.
This kind of comment. Yeah.
Yes,
So look at this. This is nothing to do with public speaking. This is about how we are. So self-awareness is a key thing now, right? How we are is a key thing, right? So that is a different aspect. We can have we all should be aware about our own strengths, our own weaknesses, our own personalities. How do we deal with people? How do we accept people? These are different things. That's about self-awareness. Let's keep at that, okay? Self-awareness helps. So some people are good with small groups, some people are good with big groups, and vice versa. Some people are good with small and big groups. This goes back to this kind of our mindset and attitude, right? It has nothing to do with the groups. This is about our personality, right? Okay, and there is nothing wrong. This is not wrong. This is our style. Now, know your style, use it effectively, get things done. That is smart. Okay, know your style and don't think, oh, I'm weak in that, and get yourself into a box. That is not being smart, right? Knowing your style and making best use of it. That is a smart speaker. Okay, so that was about Shakuntala ma'am. So rest we heard something from Drishti, and rest everybody is saying that, yeah, everybody is saying, and I can relate it to what Shivam said. What if they do like this? What if she rejects me? What if she's happy with another guy? So this is the problem when we go to the audience, right? We start thinking, we start thinking about the audience, what they will think. First of all, let me tell you, we are not mind readers. Shiv Khera, Barack Obama, Steve Jobs doesn't know what is running in the minds of those audience who are clapping them, right? Nobody knows, and nobody is like a kind of astrologer there, like I can read everybody's mind and then, you know, I'm going to talk, make a perfect speech there, right? So this is another self-awareness thing. We have no control on others' thoughts, right? We only have control on our own thoughts. So,
Definitely.
so the only thing that we can do while approaching the girl or the audience is to be positive that I have prepared myself very well. I have understood what she needs to be happy, what she needs to be convinced. I have made my homework. That is important. Look at Shivan's smile. So that is important. You have to be prepared. You should be prepared for all the consequences. And you should actually be ready for plan B if she rejects you, right? This is the kind of mindset we are looking at. So this is the mindset that you are taking to the audience.
Yes,
Get
sir.
that?
But sir,
Yeah.
suppose if a speaker is saying something and the audience is talking between that speaker, it will be trouble for the speaker. It can disturb the speaker. If
My
a good speaker,
friend.
if he's a good speaker, suppose that you are speaking to the people, and now you can see two boys in front row and they are talking with each other. So you are disturbed. Oh my God, I'm speaking and they are talking. Sir, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a. I mean, that can.
Well. You're talking about a new subject again. How to handle such audience? Okay. Though it is not related to my topic, let's try to stick to the topic because we don't have so much of time. Or else I can talk to you on this as well. But I will answer your question. So when you have such audience, so there are only two possible ways that you are not interesting. Okay, so that's a feedback to you as a speaker, but not to get shocked. It's like plan B. Just like when a girl rejects you, don't get shocked, don't get panicked. You're not prepared for your second option, right? Alternative way, try next time kind of thing. That you're not prepared for that mindset. That's why you get shocked. So this is also a kind of scene where you are getting a feedback that the audience is saying, no, you're not, reaching us, right? So change something. That is one way of doing it. Next time. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay, so Gurumurthy sir. So now what I'm saying is you get that clue and change the technique. Go to a different technique. Or if it is a kind of a typical classroom setting where there are some students who will always disturb you, right? So you may have such audience as well. It is for you. See, they have invited you for the speech, right? This is the audience have invited you for the speech. You have not forced yourself into the speech, correct? Whatever scene it is, you are there for a purpose and a reason, correct? So you have all the right to request them to be cooperative. So, it depends on the occasion and the situation, but you can always request them to cooperative, okay? It depends on what situation and position you are in. There are different ways to do this, but I'm telling in simple words that you can request them. You can be nice to them. Say like, please help me to complete my, the reason I'm purpose here by, it's like kind of disturbing me. You can request them. If you feel that you're not powerful, I mean, in a position of power there, you're like, they are more senior to you or they're more, dominant than you. Or if you think you are a big speaker and you are in a position of power, like you are an authority and there are students there, then you have different ways of handling it. But that's a different subject. But I think you get a small message from here, right? You have to handle it. Or it is a feedback. You have to change your style. One of the two, okay? Anything about audience? Let's go forward.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the screen. Beware. Yeah. Sometimes I become an expert with Okay, audience. What's next? So first thing first was audience, and second thing, what do you expect from your speaker? That was my question there, right? Look at this. Do's, always go prepared. Okay. If you go to again the speeches of Barack Obama or Narendra Modi or anyone, there is always something called transcript. You remember this word called transcript, right? They always prepare their speeches. Either it is prepared for them after all the research. There are experts for people like Modi and Obama. There are experts paid to do research to what has to go into the speech. And there are experts again paid to write the speech. And he is only a presenter most of the time, right? But or else for common people like me and we can't afford that. So we do our research, we do our preparation, we write our speech, we practice our speech. Simple, right? It applies to Barack Obama, it applies to us. We are still not the president of the most powerful country in the world or prime minister of India yet, right? So it applies for them, it applies for us. Simple rule, prepare, right? Audience don't like it when you don't come prepared, because that's what you said as audience, that you don't like it when the information is not right, when the facts are not there, when it's not interesting, and all that you said, it's very short, clear. What is this? So when you prepare and when you are putting forth your thoughts and when you're putting forth figures and facts there, be authentic, be credible. Back up with exact and right data there and facts and figures. Don't use your imagination and creativity with regards to data and facts, okay? Today, it is very, very easy. People right at the spot can Google and get this, right facts and say like, no, you're wrong. And your speech goes for a toss and you will have a horrible time of your life. Got it? I don't need to go detail on this. Be authentic, be credible. And this is what builds your image as a speaker as well. That you come up always with well-researched facts and figures, right? That becomes a key part of your success as a speaker. Clear on this? We don't need to discuss much on this, right? It's very clear and easy to understand, right? Okay. We have talked about this a lot in last 2-3 days, right? Storytelling. Haven't we talked about this? Right?
Yes.
We have.
Yes, yes.
I think all our sessions,
Yes.
each trainer in one or the other way has mentioned the importance of stories, right?
Yes.
And when you grew up as a child, I think, be it your grandparents or parents or someone, or as a small child in the school, you always love that teacher who used to tell you stories, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, at least to sleep in the class. You love the stories, right? Exactly. So stories make you feel good, if not anything else. At least it will make you feel good as audience. So if you as an audience like stories, then you as a speaker have to give stories. Simple.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, it's not just about stories that you have to bring all the stories from the world or your life. I'm not talking only about that story. When you prepare a speech, you get your facts, right? You get your data, you get your opinions and information. You pile them up, right? And you prepare in such a way, it becomes like a story. You got it? It's not just about telling stories from past or telling stories from the world or telling your own stories. It's not just that always. It is also that when you prepare a speech, please draft those points. Please bring those facts together. Please bring that information together and see how you can narrate a story out of this. The flow should sound like a story, right? Okay, you get this point?
Yes.
If you have a question on this, we'll discuss this after this slide. Okay, let's go further. But stories do matter. Do have stories in your speeches. Simple. Most important thing, that's why we broke for a while in the previous slide. Okay. All of us didn't like it when the guest came late, correct? All of us don't like it because we have students here. All of us don't. What happens if you have a 45-minute session? You know, what happens at the 40th minute? Tell me. Tell me someone, there are students. Let's enjoy this.
If the topic is not interesting, they start clapping hands.
No. Ma'am, you're a teacher.
Sir, can you repeat? Sir, can you repeat? Sorry, ma'am.
You're all students, right? So you're all students. So I was just asking you. So you have a 1 hour session, right? Your class is 45 minutes to 1 hour. So
Yes,
I'm asking you what happens in the class when it is around 40 minutes. If it is a 45-minute session, what happens in the class? When
Everyone
it's 40
starts to check the time. Check the watch.
Who is that? Who is that?
Vinay sir. Vinay sir.
Vinay. Yeah. So you start checking the watch, right? Yeah. What else? What else happens? What else happens?
And some people will be also, and some students will be already talking.
Talking. I told you something in the beginning that I would love to hear from all of you. So I have not heard from some people here. Please give them an opportunity, right? Please give them opportunity. I want.
Sir, I want to say, sir.
Yeah, Pratiksha said. Tell me.
Sir, if the topic is interesting, then it's not a great matter after the 40th minute. But if the class is boring, we will somehow manage to have a glance towards what.
Fantastic. So I'm talking about general, not ifs and buts, not conditions. Generally, we are all school-going, college-going children, right? We have some standard experiences when it comes to classes and the timetable. I'm just asking that, and I want new people to talk, please.
Yeah,
anyone else?
Sir, I will interfere, sir. They will start yawning, sir.
Yeah, teacher says she knows what happens to her students. Yes, yawning. Somebody said yawning there. Anyone else? Tenzin, Drishti, Pooja, Sarah.
So they'll say
already in deep sleep, sir.
Already in sleep.
They'll tell ma'am. They'll tell to ma'am. Can you excuse me? I want to go to for washroom.
Washroom. They start finding reasons to escape. Yeah.
So sometimes we'll make faces also.
Make faces, yes.
And they will become restless.
Restless, yes. Some students will say time's up. Okay. Very daring students. I can understand Tenzin being a teacher, right? You have good students in the class. Okay. Okay. All right. That's
They'll
good.
start irritating others.
They start irritating others. Yes. So we are all getting this experience. So guys, this is what's going to happen when you are a speaker. What you do will get back on you. Simple as that. So people don't like it. All right. So please be mindful of time. That's all I wanted to share from this. Okay. So what you do, people are going to do to you. Simple as that. Okay. So let's go next. There. That's it. And more than anything, believe in yourself. You are there for a purpose. You are there because you want to be a speaker. You are there because you want to grow up. You want to develop. You want to do things, right? You want to improve. You want to give a message. You want to share an idea. You want to do something, right? That's why you are there on stage. While 100,000 people are watching you, you are the selected one who have made a decision to go and talk there. Simple. Out of that 100,000, you are different. You are the chosen one. And your decision is your own, right? Have the faith on your decision. Have the faith on you. This is starting point for confidence. Without this, confidence will never come up, right? So this is fundamental. Always, there is a small saying, love what you do what you love. Simple. Simple as that. So if you want to do public speaking, love it, first place. Believe in yourself, you can, right? Believe in yourself, you have a purpose. You are there for a purpose, and then you go and deliver it. And every time you have this problem of fear and scare, you should start reminding that you are here for a purpose. You can. You want to improve yourself, right? You give these positive stories to yourself because you are there for the simple purpose. You are not giving any kind of imaginary motivation. You are just reminding yourself of what you are there for. For a moment, you forget. When you see people, you forget you are there for your own good. For a moment, you forget that you want to sell a concept. For a moment, you forget that you want to improve, right? So you just have to remember, right? That's all you have to do, okay? And more than anything, to develop public speaking skills, read a lot, listen to people whom you admire, listen to different types of speakers, watch a lot of videos of speaking, and end of the day practice. Go and take that next opportunity to present whatever small it is, right? When take an opportunity, family gathering, birthday party, DJ, right? These are all casual, platforms where you can actually take, take that grip, all right? So a birthday party is there, a mehndi is there, a wedding party is there, and that sangeet is there, anything of that sort, a get together is there. You take up that thing, because then, you don't care about mistakes, you don't care about who is watching and doing what. Everyone is there to have fun. And everybody, in your family wants like, yay, Dilbar is coming, so let's all cheer him up. So this is what going to be the mode. So these are those instances where people can actually boost up your confidence and make yourself comfortable in front of people. Shakuntala ma'am, small groups, you should try this, because in your family gatherings and friend gatherings, you should start taking up those MC, anchor, taskmaster, playing games. Taking one, you should do some research today before going to a party. Find a small game to, play for the kids there or family there. Okay, today let me try this. Let me surprise this. And you will be surprised. Like, wow, you did a great job, man. Because they would have never expected you to come there and like, okay, let me have some game now. Entertain my kids here or the family here or the ladies here. Let's have some games. So, you do these and that's how you get comfortable with people. Simple. All right. So this is about doing. So start from that informal, casual opportunities and then get into serious mode, right? As a student, as a socialite, as a organization, PRCI, NGO, BEC, JCIs, or your professions, whatever it is, start using those platforms. Don't. We discussed about what you can do. Let's discuss what you shouldn't be doing quickly. Again, from the same questionnaire. Don't rely too much on visuals, right? So we had this question. You don't like it when people read their speeches. You don't like it when people just run through the PowerPoints. You don't like it when people sound like they have by-hearted something, right? Simple. You don't like it? Correct. I come with a speech. I have not looked at you. I have not interacted with you. I have not smiled at you today in this session. I'm just looking at this shared screen and I'm reading through those slides there. Would you like it? Yes or no?
No.
Don't like it. You are the audience, you don't like it. So as a speaker, your audience won't like it. Simple. So don't read. I'm not a big fan of PowerPoints at all. I don't use PowerPoints because I don't want PowerPoint to be the center of attraction in my presentation. I want myself to be the center of attraction. I'm selfish, right? So why do I give that opportunity to that bloody, screen which is dead? Rather than, I can entertain you all. I can get all the attention and I can, get all the benefits of, entertainment rather than the PowerPoint. So it is not necessary, but yes, it's a tool. It can help you. It can help the audience, everything, right? But it's just a medium right there. So you can use it, but don't read them. Don't read from the paper. Don't by heart your speech, right? Try to get original and try to use it just as a backup, as a reference point. How to use all these? Probably how to prepare your speech and how to deliver your speech. A different subject we can discuss if you want later, but not now. Let's move ahead. Okay, so we asked about that nail biting thing, right? What did you people say when I asked you about nail biting? Yeah. Just a
When
second.
they are nervous.
Anxiety.
Yeah, so when people are nervous, they bite nails, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So most of you said the same thing. Let me get back to my video. Sorry. Oh. Okay. So yes, we are there. Most of you said nervous, uncomfortable, thinking something. Simple. What you were doing in childhood, what children do in front of you, what others do in front of you, you're going to do it in front of your audience. Whenever, okay, I've run into a next point, but anyways, so don't fidget or don't pace your speech. Don't speak fast. Okay, these are the two things. This will happen to you. Let me be very practical. This will happen to you. This happened to me. Okay, we are common people. We share same experiences, right? This will happen. Don't panic about this, but be alert and conscious about this to work on them when it happens, right? So it will happen over a period. So we will, what is fidgeting? Doing things with your hands, right? You have the mic, you start shaking that mic, holding it now and then, beating it. Then you have podium, holding that podium, running your hands around the podium, and your legs left and right, going left and right, dancing, your legs dancing, and then, your hands going on your face, on your head, on your nose, anywhere, right? You have something in your hand, somebody has given you a rose, then, fiddling with that rose, somebody has given you something, you have a paper, you fiddle with that paper, which you had got as a reference material, right? So all of these are signs of discomfort, nervousness, thinking, not able to get thoughts. But I'll tell you, this will not solve your problem. This will make it more difficult, right? And that's the reason, that's why we say, don't fidget. And this also sends, just like how you said in the answer, that when somebody cuts nails with their finger, with their mouth, you know that they are nervous, right? So same thing will happen to you when you go to stage. When you do fidget, when you pace up, audience will know you are nervous. And that will make you more nervous. So avoid this. And I'm telling you, this will happen to all of us. We'll have to just work on this. First time, second time, 10th time, it's okay. But you'll have to work on this. This is just a reminder, okay? Never run over time. This was the other side of it. Always know your time, be on time, close on time, right? So here it is very important. I just have to connect this to your preparation. This is where you need to know you have opening, body, closing, right? You have 10 slides, right? You should know how much time you're going to spend on each. So if you have a 20-minute speech, you should have a fair idea that half the way I have to be at the body at this point, at this example, or at the 5th slide. So this should be there in your preparation, time preparation, not just preparing the speech, but also preparing for time. Simple. Let's not get into details of it, but don't run over time. That's the point there. And this is one of my problems as a speaker. I'm not a great speaker, and unfortunately or fortunately, I get to speak at times, and I'm mostly a trainer. I never saw myself as a speaker, but yeah, I got opportunities quite a few times to speak, but I get myself into this situation. I get super excited and I talk a lot. Then people say, you really spoke over the limits. People were bored of your speech. So it can happen to me, it can happen to you, but be mindful. So now when I confess, it's a kind of exercise for me to become more alert next time. So that's a technique now. So if you want to improve, you have to confess your, weakness or shortcomings. So that's when you start becoming more alert next time. So that's one example of how to improve on that. But yes, mindful of your time. What next? Where are we? We have just a couple of points here. Finish. So yeah, we know that podium is for the look and for making the stage look good and making you comfortable. That's it. But that is not your support system. It's not your crutcher. It's like your wheelchair and the kind of things that helps you to walk when you're injured. This is not for that purpose. People do it. People hang on it and fidget on it, and your legs, it is hidden. So your hands are under the podium, hiding behind the podium, and you never know what's happening there and all of that. So please understand, podium is for the overall look of the stage and making you comfortable and giving you a platform to use your reference sheets and things like that. But that's it. Don't hang on it. That's simple as that. And don't, exert your body on it. Language, yes. So we discussed communication. Language is not a barrier. We understand from our, alignment to movies, but mind your language, because if I've traveled around India, so I understand the kind of language that we use. In Karnataka, the kind of language that we use in Mandya and South Canara are different. In Mandya, some bad words are very common, and it's okay, friends throw at each other. And it's a crime in Mangalore to use such words. And there are certain words in UP and Bihar I have seen and heard. I have had friends, and I've gone to mountaineering. We get all these Pahadi and North Indian friends. So for them, it is, gali is like one next thing, For every joke also they have to give gali. And in South India, it can lead to fights. So you got to be very careful, culturally conscious when you speak to people and audience. So mind your language. Don't use languages that you use your friends and where you're comfortable. And so, yeah, work on it. And simple as that. And avoid cliche. Now let's get back to this. I will stop screen. I think my presentation is over. Stop sharing. Okay, let's get back to this. What is cliche? Let's have a quick discussion before we conclude. What is cliche?
So cliche is a stereotyped.
Stereotyped statements, isn't it, Tenzin?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, let's hear from others. And now I want to hear from Ramchandra, Drishti, Banashri, Manas, Shamir, Nela, and Serin. I want to hear from you some cliche statements. Yeah.
Something that has been used before. Like
something that's been used familiar ways. Yeah. Give me some examples, others, please.
Something that is overused.
Overused. Okay. So all those names that I said, can you come with examples? Because this is the last point. Let me have the privilege of hearing from you.
Sir, Abdul Kalam statements commonly used. Some of the
yeah, commonly used. Yes. Nela, Serin, Sara, Manas. I heard from Manas. I would want to hear from my good friend from the other day. Locker room. What was the room? Record room. Was Ramchandra ji and also Drishti. You guys have to have something about cliche. Some example, please. Anybody?
Some untried jokes.
Yeah. No, examples for cliches. Anyone? Yeah, overused. I got Nawang says fantastic.
South Indians are generally intelligent.
South Indians are generally intelligent. Is a cliche,
in
right?
Mathematics or
yeah. In IT. We have even more in Mangalore. Mangalurians are more intelligent because you eat fish.
Yes, sir.
It's also there. Buddhivantru, Mangaluru Norella. Allah. So, yes, exactly. So, what else?
Actions speak louder than words, or you cannot judge a book by its cover. That's a universal cliche, you can say.
Before even they start open their mouth, thank you, Drishti. That is perfect example for cliche. Before they open their mouth and second word, you know what they're going to say, right? It's a turn off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fantastic. So, I may forget. So, all that glitters is not gold. Happily ever after. Cold as ice. Ice is always cold. Drives me crazy. And take a chill pill. Light as a feather. Feather is light. We all know. So actions speak louder than words. And all that is white is not milk. And There's so many out there, right? Avoid them. People know them all, and they've heard it since their childhood, and they don't want to hear it for one more time, right?
So the most common one and the most cliche one which I hate is love is blind.
Which is not true also, right? Not
It
right.
is very true.
It's very true. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you have heard it enough, huh?
Yeah, too much.
Okay. Too much. So it is okay, yeah, we know it. So how many times you are going to say? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. That's exactly the point. So people don't like it when you hear which is they already know and they've heard from their childhood. Got it? Yeah. We good with that? So we understand what is cliche, right? And why we should not be using it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fantastic. Right? Okay. That's good. Okay. So we are end of our session. These are some do's and don'ts that you need to take care when you give a speech. And I'll tell you again, everything is coming from practice. So practice makes man perfect. Again, a cliche, but I just want to bring it to your point that public speaking is all about practice. We can only give you tips. We can only help you grow. We can only give you further tips once you actually practice. We can see your videos, and then that's why I know actually shared in the beginning for you guys to share videos. And thanks to all of you. I think Drishti, I remember, was one of the first ones to share her video. Banashri was there, and Maria was there, and Vinay was there, and Shivam was there. And thanks to all of you, because all of this, now you go back to the video and look at those things, and you will get tips from all of this, do's and don'ts. So what you have done, what you have not everything, because that was not a speech, that was an intro. But you have to record your videos of speeches, or you can record on your own and then share. And if you feel that any of the trainers, or you have your own trainer, you can share with them, they can give you tips and improvement. And this is how things are improved. Okay, so practice, do it, and use all these techniques and tips and tools that we have shared, including today. And today we discussed about what things you have to take care of doing and not doing while giving your speech. All right. So get in touch if you want to, if you're interested in any of this, because this is what I do. As a trainer, campus to corporate training programs for students, preparing students for jobs and corporate, because you are in campus mindset, so preparing them for corporate mindset, so skills and stuff related to it, and interviews and jobs and all of that, and life skills training for students, behavior and performance training for corporates and organizations and employees and teams, psychometric assessments, if you're not sure about what you want to do, career, family, problems, psychometric helps. These are tools where you can understand yourself better, you can understand the other person better, and counseling can be based on your behavior and personality traits. And nobody is right and wrong, nobody is good and bad, but this is all about matching different personalities, right? People get along well or people don't get along well. So normally, I'm not talking about the criminals and other things. I'm just talking about our day-to-day relationships. So psychometric assessments is about career and relationships and people, understanding people better. And then we also do outbound and experiential leadership training and outbound trainings, activity-based trainings. I also do people development consulting for organizations. That's just the next level of training where we help people. Well, we help organizations to improvise on people performance through different alterations and changes in the organization. Small time with respect to people. And yes, as mentioned in my introduction, I am into natural farming and nature and adventure sports and mountaineering. So all about nature. So outdoor leadership or ecological awareness, nature-based learning and all of that. So if you are connecting to any of this, feel free to get in touch. I'll be more than happy to serve you, help you, guide you, or talk to you, discuss with you. If you have similar interests, we can always have great discussions. So thank you very much. It was very nice having you all here, and great time. I think we can, we have overshot. I think audience have given me a feedback that from 22, we have come to 15, that they're telling me you overshoot the time. Okay, but anyways, so thank you very much. And 1 second. Yeah, I think we can go back to the host. And also, if you now have any questions on anything that we discussed, you can share. Or you want to